Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the National Guard products number 202NA. This is a clear anodized aluminum door sweep with a neoprene insert. And you'll probably initially remark to yourself how thick that piece of neoprene is, and that's because it is indeed quite thick and substantial. This would be a door sweep that I would see installed in instances where you need something quite robust, and your installation is going to permit a sweep that will probably be a bit less flexible, given how thick that material is, which is likely to be, pushing 5/16 of an inch, but we'll check that in a moment. So I would use this in an installation where having maybe an ideal installation would be a northern or extreme northern climate where there were emergency doors, and they were always closed, usually, except for emergencies and for just testing purposes. And you want something incredibly robust, and they're not fire doors, and you probably don't have a problem pulling the door closed to make it relatch because of the inflexible nature of how thick that neoprene is. You might have a big box store in a northern climate that's several tens of thousands of square feet. You'll have pairs of emergency exit doors on that back wall. You might have a pair of doors with vertical rods or a pair of doors and a mullion, panic devices. Those doors are never going to be opened, in the exception of those instances where there is an emergency, or you're having the doors tested for whatever reason. You might want to seal them up pretty nice and tight. That could be it. I don't ever see this installed in an application where you've got daily use, except I could also envision where you'd want something nice and thick when you have an unusual sill condition, like you will see in an urban area where you have a restaurant. The loading dock is actually in the alley, and the door is situated on a concrete sill or the foundation of the building, and it literally drops down to the alley. So, and your door is literally one step up. So there's no ability to have a threshold, because a threshold is probably going to hang off a bit too much. And people might have an unusual undercut where they will attach that sweep right to the face of the door and then have it overlap down to the face of the concrete foundation sill that's there. You might want something nice and robust and thick for that. Something thin, probably not so much, but this could work out for that. But slapping this onto the front door of a residential application, no, this is the thickness of the neoprene would work counterproductive to what you're trying to accomplish there. Now, given the fact that this is closed cell neoprene, which smells like car tire, this will be excellent when it comes to being waterproof. Excellent. An open cell or a sponge type neoprene would be better for sound attenuation. This would be quite exceptional for an exterior application where you would expect significant moisture, hitting it directly, indirectly, maybe snow building up, melting, thawing, freezing, etc. This will be great at keeping it out. There is an image down below this video that shows us the dimensional properties of the item. You can see that it's 1 11/16 overall height. And then you've got 5/8 worth of neoprene alone. They've got a 3/8 of an inch overall thickness of the sweep. And then that neoprene itself, yeah, it's 1/4 inch for sure. 1/4 inch, absolutely. Now, let's take a look at the link below this video to the product catalog cut page. Okay, now that catalog cut page will show us the 220NA and its sister products. For sure, the most common sweep on that page is going to be the 200NA. That's going to be the one that you'll use all the time. You'll see specified for commercial applications. You'll see other variations of the size of the neoprene. You'll see the 203NA could be an application. It's going to give you the same thickness of neoprene, even though it's not indicated there. But if you had that unusual sill condition, that alley loading dock condition, but you had decades of use on that opening, you could have a dipped area on the sill, you might want that 203NA to let that hang down long to help keep items out. But the 200NA, that's going to be the most common one. The important part of the 202N, 202, That's representative of the profile of what we're looking at, the dimensions we talked about earlier. The N means neoprene. The A, that means clear anodized aluminum. B is going to be a brass or gold type anodized finish. DKB is a dark bronze anodized, all on aluminum. Okay. Neoprene is good for water repellent when it's a closed cell. That 200S in the lower right hand corner, that's a good one as well. Silicone, I like silicone better when I have extreme temperature ranges. Think of a southern climate, the roof of a power station, where you have doors on the roof, but inside of the facility there's a process going on that creates incredibly high temperatures. I like silicone for extreme temperature applications, warm and cold, and its ability to stay flexible. And silicone is certainly more flexible than neoprene in that regard. If you want to go with the best one possible ever of all time, go with the polyurethane, the 200U. The polyurethane, its hallmark is significant abrasion resistance. You just aren't going to wear it out. And plus, you'll see polyurethane used in food applications, food processing plants, pharmaceutical, because the growth of bacteria, fungus, and mildew is not something that polyurethane succumbs to, along with incredible resistance to UV exposure. The sunlight won't tear it up like sunlight will when it comes to vinyl. Okay, that's my opinion on those other sweeps. Now, this is listed in the site in lots of different lengths. Okay, lots of different lengths. And this happens to be a 3-foot length. Now, we have these items listed in the website in lots of different lengths, everything from 2 foot to 8 foot. And you can order longer than 8 foot. We just don't list them longer than 8 foot because of the significant cost to ship things longer than 8 foot. But if you have need for a custom length, and if you have need for longer than 8 foot, reach out to us and we'll quote you that material with shipping. But if you have need for a custom length in the normal range, your 3 foots, your 3'6", your 4 foots, your 2'8", etc., etc. Order the next longest piece or pieces and indicate in the comment field the length you want us to ship it out to, because we'll not only have it cut to the proper length at the factory, it will have the proper location from the edge for the slotted hole. And speaking of the slotted hole, screws are included in a complementary finish. In the proper center to center as well. Okay, if you had to cut down these items to 34 inch, if you had 2 foot 10 doors, you're going to get awfully close to that slotted hole, and you just want to avoid that. You certainly don't want to have to drill another slotted hole. Drilling a slotted hole is naturally not easy, and you want to be able to have a slotted hole so that you can tailor the sweep on the door to account for a sill that's not level, or a jamb, a frame that's not plumb, or it's kicked out or some way, or you have just not pre-drilled the hole in the proper location when you've started with that drill bit. It may have walked on you a little bit before it pierced into the wood, aluminum, stainless, bronze, fiberglass, steel, obviously steel. So it's handy to have that hole where you want it, so be mindful. We'll be happy to cut this to whatever you like. Plus also you get a good nice finished factory edge. You get a little overhang so you can get in there and trim that to the exact size that you need to make a really good installation, nice and tight. I'm partial to National Guard, and it's because they do weather stripping incredibly well. Their name is actually, if you're in the construction industry, if you are door related at all, the name is quite synonymous with weather stripping. So you'll agree that there's an industry-wide acceptance of the product line. They've got a good team of people there. Their technical support people are good. They understand the product really well. And they genuinely are able to help and want to help when it comes to weather stripping solutions. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the National Guard products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. Any questions on the National Guard 202NA, clear anodized aluminum neoprene heavy-duty door sweep, or any other National Guard product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.